In this video I'll show you how to shoot outdoors with Insta360 cameras, even with a multi-camera setup. So I'll talk about how to carry and protect these cameras, control them together, and how to mount them with different accessories for the most various and creative angles. And of course you can apply these techniques for recording action spots, hiking, or even cruising around in the city or in your garden riding a lawn mower. The point is getting some really cool shots with unique camera angles, and of course I show you how to record the best audio outdoors. For the sake of this video I'll show you some tricks with this bike and this lawn mower. But of course you can apply most of these techniques and use most of these accessories with a scooter, electric bike, motorcycle, or even during walking. But let's start with camera protection and organizing our equipment. This is the original Insta360 X series carry case, which was designed to carry 1X, 1X2 and X3 with a short invisible selfie stick and a battery case. But I prefer putting my GPS Action Remote here, or in many cases I just take this organizer out of the case and put in 3 cameras, the GPS remote with straps and a tripod or a selfie stick. Even more, I can hide some cables behind this net and my magnetic car mount too. And this case will protect all my equipment, keeping all my cameras and the basic accessories together. But talking about camera protection, let's take a look at one of the most vulnerable parts of these cameras. Insta360 X3 has the biggest touchscreen, which is a great upgrade, but it can also be a sensitive part during outdoor shooting. Small stones can easily hit it on the forest roads, so I like to protect it with the Insta360 Screen protector. It works very similarly like smartphone screen protectors. I just clean and dry the surface, making sure that the screen is clear from dirt. Then I position the alignment tool over the camera. I remove the film from the screen protector and slowly put it over the touchscreen like this. Then I get rid of the bubbles and press the edges of the protector a couple of times. And what I really like about this screen protector, that it doesn't seem like a modification on the camera, but it looks like an organic part of it. So after talking about protection, let's see another accessory which you could see in my carry case. This is the latest Insta360 Action Remote, and it's very useful when it comes to control a multi-camera setup. In practice I can control even all the 3 cameras at the same time. Pairing and adding further cameras is quite simple. I just start with the first one, let's say this time it's X3. Then I long push the upper button, go to the settings and select Pair New. Then I go to the settings with my second camera and start pairing. Then I repeat this process once again with the third one, and so on. And as you can see, the 1RS cameras are working in perfect sync, while X3 is not. So we need to switch to the selected mode tapping on the screen of X3, and then we can use the remote to start and stop recording. If you're interested more about this remote, check out my previous tutorials about controlling Insta360 cameras. But now let's see some camera mounts. Before talking about the ones I use on bikes or scooters, let me share a small trick with a magnetic camera mount, which is a very versatile accessory if you think about it. It's a Best360 accessory, and despite it's called a car mount, this magnetic base can be used in any metal surfaces, like fences, lampposts or metal doors, even putting it on your fridge. And you can combine it with any invisible selfie stick or even with the Best360 monopod, so you can shoot without having to put the camera on the ground to get more than an invisible selfie stick, a floating camera mount with the possibility of walking under your camera without bumping into the pole. But of course it works perfectly on cars, as you could see in my previous videos, and on this lawn mower too. And now let's see the best accessories to take third-person shots. First, let me show you something we can use to get a very cool camera angle for shooting ourselves without having to hire someone to follow us with the camera. The third-person bike tail mount is perfect for riding shots, and we can get cool drone-like clips while the camera follows us on the road. Basically we can mount it on the frame under the bike saddle and set it to different positions, so we can create different effects by adjusting the bracket a little bit higher or lower. or we could mount it on the pole of this lawn mover and set up the best angle for our shot. And of course we could mount it even to the handlebar too for other creative angles, but I've got further solutions for such clips. While following people with the camera like this is pretty difficult in a traditional way, maybe riding backwards in front of someone can be even more challenging. Well, let's see some mounts for shooting in that angle too. The first and most obvious solutions are using these mounts. The claw mount from the Insta360 motorcycle bundle can be used even on motorcycles too, to fix the camera to the handlebar, bumper and further positions. It has a special double ball head design, so there are a lot of possibilities to play around with the angles. While this pole mount from the Insta360 Snow bundle is another great option in such a case too. It's also very easy to mount, and basically we can set up the angle by rotating it on the handlebar. Anyhow, these accessories are perfect for a front view, and thanks to the 360 cameras, we can capture the road and the rider at the same time. While we can insert a selfie stick between the mount and the camera for a floating camera effect, which is very similar to the previous third-person view, but of course this time it's in the other direction. And in most of the cases I use these handlebar mounts to capture clips like this, while I have some further solutions for POV shots. The main difference between the previous method and POV shots is that in this case we can see the handlebar and the hands too, which gives a different experience for the viewers. I use a neck holder mount or a chest strap. Both solutions lead to a very similar point of view, but it feels a little bit different to wear them. We can mount the neck holder very quickly and easily by one single click, and we can remove it anytime. While the chest strap is more difficult to put on and off, especially if you're wearing a coat or a jacket, like I do in this case. Both accessories work with a GoPro mount, so we can use one RS with its basic case or the X3 and one Insta360 model with further adapters. Anyhow, adapters like these can be very useful. As you can see, I have tons of them for almost all the possible scenarios, so I can mount almost anything anywhere. And if you have multiple cameras, you can use them at the same time to get various camera angles of a single scene. If you're interested about comparing these cameras, check out my previous videos in this topic. But now let's see how we can get clean audio during these outdoor shooting situations. Insta360 has these cool wind muffs for X3, which help us to reduce wind noise. I just stick them on the mics on both sides and that's all. It comes in two pieces, so I just stick the velcro on the camera over the mic, making sure that the small hole is fitting to the hole on the microphone cover, and then I place the muff on it. Then it will reduce wind noise without affecting sound quality, so it will be transparent both acoustically and visually, as it doesn't show in my footage. After all, as you can see, there are some really cool and versatile 360 camera accessories on the market, which can support us in creative shooting. If you like these ideas I've shared with you this time, please hit the like button, and for further 360 contents and tutorials, subscribe to my channel, and see you next time.